Okay, and I'm back. Today we're moving on to the evil exhibits of the museum.
Warning, these exhibits have been closed due to the destructive powers contained within. Proceed only if you feel necessary.
Izu, frequency purple. If I remember right, there's a muck tyrant in this room. Exhibit, excuse me.
Izu is one of the most unusual of all of the known deities. He is known as the deity of evil magic. Many mages filled with greed and seeking power are led to Izu's feet. Because Izu worship is relatively new with regards to time, some people believe that at one time, Izu was a mortal being who became powerful enough to sit with the other deities of the pantheon.
Yeah, that was terrible. I need to try again. I wonder if flash bombs will have any effect on him. Besides a purple moon skull looking symbol, this is supposed to be Izu.
Izu is one of the most unusual of all of the known deities. He is known as the deity of evil magic.
And
Many mages filled with greed
and he
seeking power.
he killed me with one shot. You know what? I'm not even going to fight him. I'm just going to...
Izu is one of the most unusual of all of the known deities. He is known as the deity of evil magic. Many mages filled with greed and seeking power are led to Izu's feet. Because Izu worship is relatively new with regards to time, some people believe that at one time, Izu was a mortal being who became powerful enough to sit with the other deities of the pantheon.
Yeah, there's nothing in there but that muck tyrant thing, so I'm just not going to fight him. Black silver, frequency blue. Once more, since I have the clear orb, I can access any of these exhibits.
Black silver is an extremely rare substance. The mines of Markov is the only black silver mine known to exist, and we have even used it to help build this museum. While valued only to collectors, this metal can be used for making jet black weapons that aid in ambush and surprise. Legends also tell about black silver being used to fabricate evil artifacts of great power, but we have never found such objects.
Yeah, I implied before in the first mission that black silver, and we just got the loot goal. But as I was saying, as I implied before in the first mission, the Mines of Margroth, black silver is a new loot item that's also implied to have been used in the forging of weapons like Constantine's sword, which we're holding now. I'll mark off Izu, and I'll mark off... where is it? Oh, there it is, black silver. Alright, I'll mark that off. Now number 3 is black silver. Number 19 is Kali. Let's just go with these as we go. We'll leave this for last, the Museum of Demise, because that activates a new objective. Kali, frequency orange. Gonna get a gas arrow. Wait, did I get a gas arrow? It doesn't matter. First of all, I'll unlock the exhibit, of course. And this seems to confirm that Kali is at least very vaguely based on the goddess from Hinduism.
Kali, the Bloodied Mother, is known as both the creator and the destructor. She is one of the earliest known of the deities and one of the first abandoned. Her worship seems to appear at times of civil disruption or revolt. Even as this museum was being built, many temples were converted into dens of Kali, while the creatures knew nothing of our existence.
Rats would be a bit of meat now and then.
Yeah, unfortunately that woman at the center near the portal is the same kind of monster that we met in Margraf, the one that spits flies. Oops, I didn't get her, but it doesn't matter. There's no reason to go back there. I don't think there's any loot. Asmoda, frequency black. Now, I don't remember if there's anything dangerous in here. Probably.
Asmodo, the Lord of Fire and Chaos, is the incarnation of chaotic thought and cruelty. He dwells deep within ground in regions known as Hellfire, where iron and stone flow in molten rivers of death. His word is law in his domain, and legends talk of deals he made with people above, where power is exchanged for life force.
I could be conquering the world, but no, I'm always sitting here. I don't that was very funny. Ho 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 ho. Did some rage come through the air? I thought I felt something. Oh, stop, you're kicking my ass.
Yeah, let's try that again.
Asmodo, the Lord of Fire and Chaos, is the incarnation of chaotic thought and cruelty. He dwells deep within ground in regions known as Hellfire, where iron and stone flow in molten rivers of death. His word is law in his domain, and legends talk of deals he made with people above, where power is exchanged for life force.
So basically, he's Mephisto or Satan.
Very strange noise. I'm conquering the world. Wow. Stop, you're kicking my ass.
Okay, those two things I just killed are called fawns. They're basically miniature versions of the trickster. And despite their comically small size, they're actually really dangerous. I think they shoot fire. Oh, and to add a bit of humor, killing them turns them into rats. Let's go back to the museum and mark Asmodo off the list. That's not an X, that's an A. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Nearby should be Bane. Bane, frequency green. I don't remember if anything is in here. I don't believe so, but don't take my word for it.
Bane, the Keep of Death, is the collector of souls. This spirit dwells in the netherworld of lost souls. Those who die journey to Bane, and he determines where within the realm the dead will spend eternities, until it is again judged. All iconography of Bane depicts a bloated, rotting man.
So he's basically like the Eater of Souls from Egyptian mythology, or Minos from Dante's Inferno. Except this portrayal is not as a devil. He's just a being that's there. He's not particularly good or evil. But I think the narration already said that. There's nothing here. Interestingly, in this magical themed fan mission, I think this is actually a picture of DNA that they use as a texture. Very interesting. The Dark One. Ooh. Let's make sure we've seen everything else before we've accessed this. There's a nasty enemy waiting for us there. Unfortunately, I don't think there are many more exhibits besides this. Yeah, I think we've got them all, except for the Dark One in the Museum of Demise. Anyway, recognize that face? It was from the intro to this mission. And it isn't a coincidence.
The entity known only as the Dark One is the Lord of Shadow and Fear. He resides in the darkest of shadows. The only deity artifact in known existence comes from the Dark One. The Book of Darkness gives the Dark One a foothold in this world.
Yes, the very book we stole from Bantar also is unwittingly giving him power, and we had to free him to get to Bantar's lab. Oops. But luckily, the only physical foothold he has is the book. So, we need to find a way to destroy it.
The entity known only as the Dark One is the Lord of Shadow and Fear. He resides in the darkest of shadows. The only deity artifact in known existence comes from the Dark One. The Book of Darkness gives the Dark One a foothold in this world.
That was embarrassing. I'm sorry.
The entity known only as the Dark One is the Lord of Shadow and Fear. He resides in the darkest of shadows. The only deity artifact in known existence comes from the Dark One. The Book of Darkness gives the Dark One a foothold in this world.
And unsurprisingly, Black Silver is in the exhibit. You couldn't see him very well since he phased in and out before he disappeared, but that was a shadow beast, and we're going to be meeting a lot more of them. I'm going to try to avoid fighting them at any and all cost. Now, the last exhibit, Museum Demise, Frequency Purple.
Unfortunately, nothing, not even this museum, lasts forever. Long ago, when we ourselves were nothing but bits of dust, a celestial body fell from the sky and impacted near this museum. This orb, known as the Tsar, is only a seed of the most destructive life force in all that we know of. These orbs have destroyed many worlds we have studied, even our home world, and now it has come to this world.
Now that orb, which I believe the caretaker called the Tsar, impacted in this very area near the museum a long time ago. It appears to have been reawakened. It appears to have been awakened and empowered when, well, a gypsy told Garrett that a piece of the sky fell years ago and left a cloud of soot that lasted for a really long time. The game implies is that whatever impacted the crater also woke up the orb. So, and that orb is a threat to the entire world, so we need to find a way to destroy it. Spoiler alert, the same way that we destroy it not implies, but rather the same way to destroy the orb entails destroying the Book of Darkness. So, our next goal, after unnecessarily marking off these exhibits, is to find a way to destroy both of these things. Oh, I did miss one. The Gem of Quagnali. I almost missed it. Just a critical objective. We'll get that. Then we'll work on destroying the book and the orb.
The Gem of Quagnali is one of 5 unique treasures. It contains the life force of Quagnali, an entity known as the Watcher of Southeast Corridor. Its spectral light penetrates the bodies and the disembodied.
Alright, we've completed every objective, if that's relevant right now, except destroying the orb and the book. I don't know for sure about this, and this is just a guess, but the caretaker called the Tsar, or the alien orb, the most destructive life force in existence. And the fact that you use the book to destroy it implies that there's some connection between the orb and the Dark One. I can't say that for sure, but there seems to be the implication from my reading of it. Anyway, let's exit the museum.
Welcome, traveler, to the Museum of the Ancients.
Oops. That's not what I was
Established
looking
roughly
for.
7,000 years ago by Grumber, the Grand Architect of the Ancients, this museum was built to preserve the studied culture while we lived here. The museum remains as our legacy to others that may reach here someday, like yourself.
Alright, we'll exit the museum.
We hope you enjoyed your visit to our museum. Please watch your step, and have a nice day.
Now, there's a reason I went into the shadows immediately, because somewhere up there's a shadow beast that's lurking in wait for us to try and stop us. Because it knows we have the Book of Darkness. So, next is the final installment of Ruins of Originia, where we He put an end to the Book of Darkness and the alien orb, signing off.